I remember an incident from day before yesterday when I called a pressman nearby and he turned up to my house, to my flat at around 11 a.m. in the morning. I am very new to this part of the country. Actually, I got shifted from Kolkata to Bareilly. I don't know nothing about the place. Just a few months back, I got shifted. So somehow I got a reference of this pressman from a nearby Kirana shop and called this pressman for ironing my shorts and trousers. At that around 11 a.m. as per the appointment, the pressman came and I handed him over all the shorts and trousers. And then I asked him what is his name. He said that his name is Mohammad Shabir and that was his phone number. He handed me over his phone number. So I saved his phone number so that next time I need not to go to his shop and I can even call him up over phone. Now, in these new versions of Android phones, they pop up with an option of taking the photo of the contact. So, I took his photo and saved it in my contact list. And then he asked for a poly bag so that he can carry all the shorts and trousers to his shop. I searched for a poly bag inside my flat, and then when I came up with one, I found that there is no one waiting outside. I rang him up several times, but he didn't turn up. Then me and my wife went all the way, taking all the shorts and trousers in the poly bag and went to his shop. And there we were stunned to find that he was doing his ironing. I asked him, why you have left suddenly? And then when he answered, I was stunned. He told that he didn't realize that I will not trust him. When I took his photograph, he thought that there is a lack of trust in me. He said, Babuji, from that corner of the road to that corner of the road, you can ask anybody. I am doing my ironing work for the last 22 years. Nobody has taken my photograph. But you have not trusted me. I feel highly insulted. Then me and my wife, we spent around 7 to 8 minutes explaining him that it is not for trust that we took his photograph. Because if I save his number, maybe I will not be able to recognize him when I will be requiring him. And he said that you could have saved me as pressman. I said that back home in Kolkata, we used to call up our local pressman as pressman, and he one day told me that, sir, my name is Sudhir, why don't you call me by Sudhir or Sudhir Bhaiya? It is quite insulting to ask me as a pressman. That was my experience back home, which actually led me to save his number as Mohammad Shabir, and then I took his photograph. I explained him in detail, both me and my wife. And for quite some time after which I thought that he has, maybe he will understand. Today in the evening, a few hours back, he came delivering me the shorts and pants duly ironed, and then I was just having a small talk only to understand whether he still feel insulted or not, because my intention was not to insult the person. Why will I insult a person from whom I will be taking the service? Then he said that no, I understand that you are new to this part, so to have the acquaintances, you are taking the photograph Now I understand. Even back home, I discussed with my family members, and they also were of the opinion maybe you are right. And then he told me that, sir, since you are from a banking background, can you help me out in one of my banking transactions? But that is a separate issue. Whether I will be able to help him in his banking transaction or not, that is not the question. The question is that because I couldn't understand him, because I didn't pay time to understand the other person, my relationship got strained. It was not a one-way traffic. The relationship got strained from both the part, from my part as well as from his part. When he also understood me, as well as when I understood him, then again the relationship or the bonding starts. So this is one of the example why relationship breaks and how to repair, at least how we can try to repair the relationship. To build a relationship which I feel from my experience only, that if you want to build a relationship, if you have to build a relationship, the relationship has to be built on trust. But it is not only trust, you have to feel the other person. You have to empathize the other person, how the person is feeling, and then you can build a strong relationship. It happens between a colleague and a colleague, a boy and a girl, the relationship between the father and the son, everywhere. The relationship between a boss and a colleague. They are also, the boss has to understand if his colleague is unable to deliver certain deliverables, then there might be something which is hampering the performance. From the colleague's point of view, he has to understand that his boss must be in need of certain deliverables which he needs to deliver to his boss or to the organization. So he should place himself in his boss's shoe so that he can understand, and then will try to deliver in the corporate or the professional life. Likewise, I have seen many strained relationships in our day-to-day life, strained relationship in the personal life between a husband and a wife. In many families where the husband, they only comes back from office, they think that all the household chores has to be done by his wife and has to be spick and span. Sometimes it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen not because his wife is not paying attention to the needs of his or his family, but maybe she might be getting disturbed because of some other surroundings or factors. It might be financial factors. It might be some problems. It might be because of some health problems, because of some family problems back home. We don't try to understand the other people. We need to try to understand the other people, and then we can build a strong relationship. I hope if we, all of us, try to understand the problem, or if we can empathize the other person, if we can feel the other person, if we can feel the shoe that he or she is wearing, then the relationship between the other person and us will automatically go to the next height. Thank you. I'm Saikat Niyoti.